Let me tell you something most parents are not ready to hear. In the next few years, a child who doesn't understand technology will struggle the same way a child who cannot read struggles today. I'm not exaggerating because the world is moving fast. And right now, many children are growing up surrounded by technology, but they don't actually understand it. They know how to scroll, they know how to tap, but they don't actually know how it works. That's the difference. It's going to matter more than most people realize. So the question is, are you raising children who can use technology or children who can build with it? Stay with me. Now, I'm not saying every child must be a programmer. That's not the point. But I'm saying this, coding is becoming the new literacy. And most parents are still preparing their children for yesterday's world. So in this video, you understand clearly what coding really teaches children, why it goes beyond computer, and why starting early changes everything. When we say literacy, what do we mean? We mean the ability to read, write, understand information, and communicate clearly. Years ago, if you couldn't read or write, life was extremely limited. But today, the world has changed. Our children are growing up surrounded by smartphones, apps, artificial intelligence, algorithms. Technology is no longer something they just use. It is the environment they live in. So here is the real question. If a child can read books but cannot understand the digital system shaping their world, are they truly prepared? That's the question many parents haven't started having yet. Now here is where it gets interesting. Most parents tell me, my child is good with technology. They use phone better than me. And I understand that. But let me ask you gently, is scrolling understanding? Is tapping icons literacy? Or is watching YouTube mastering? No, using technology is not the same as understanding technology. And that difference is everything. When we teach a child coding, we are not just teaching them to type strange symbols on the screen. We are training the brain. Let me break it down. First, coding teaches structured thinking. Coding forces a child to think step by step. If this happens, then this happens. If this fails, how do I adjust? That kind of thinking spills into schools, into decision making, into problem solving. It creates mental discipline. Secondly, coding teaches problem solving without panic. When code doesn't work, it breaks. There's no hiding it. So what does the child do? They debug, they test, they analyze, they learn something powerful. Mistakes are not disaster, they are data. That mindset helps them for life. Another one is that coding turns consumers into creators. Right now, most children are consuming technology. They watch, they play, they scroll. But imagine the shift when a child says, I beat this. That changes confidence. That changes identity. They move from I use app to I understand how apps work. That shift is powerful. Let me be honest with you. The future will not reward children for memorizing alone. It will reward children who can think logically, solve complex problems, and adapt to digital systems. Artificial intelligence is growing. Automation is growing. Digital systems are expanding. Children who understand technology will shape the future. Children who don't may depend on those who do. Remember what I said earlier. Using technology is not the same as understanding it. If we only teach children to consume and never teach them to create, then we are raising users in a world that desperately need builders. That is what coding changes. Coding teaches children how the digital world works, not just how to tap it. And let me say this clearly. Not every child will become a software engineer. That is not the goal. The goal is digital confidence, mental agility, preparation for the world they already live in. We are no longer preparing children for the future. We are preparing them for the present. Let me leave you with this. The world your child is growing into will not reward them from being passive. It will reward them from being able to think, to solve, to create. Coding is not about turning every child into engineer. It's about giving your child something deeper, confident in a digital world. Because the future belongs to children who understand the systems around them, not just the ones who consume them. And as a parent, you don't have to wait until they are older. You don't have to wait until it becomes urgent. Start early, start simple, start intentional. because this isn't about just coding. It's about preparing your child to start strong in the world they are already living in. And if you want beginner-friendly coding lessons designed for children, subscribe to this channel, because here we don't just teach technology, we build thinkers.